So you've got 3 more years left at college, right?
About 4.
Okay, hear me out, okay? I want you to keep in touch with me.
Okay.
I'm going to give you my email address because I want to finance those next 4 years in college personally and help you, okay? Do it for you. And keep that dream alive one day of owning your bakery. And then when your bakery's open, all I want back is a loaf of bread. Okay?
It's pretty unbelievable that he's going to be able to finance my 4 years of school.
Well done. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Can't wait to finish school and pay him off for that big loaf of bread.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
Someone wise once told me that life is like toilet paper. You're either on a roll or you're taking shit from some asshole. So here's the deal.
If I had children now, the one thing I would bloody well make sure that they knew was how to use a computer, how to program, man. Because if you're smart and you can use a computer, you are so much smarter than you are if you're just smart that it's not even funny. You know, and you talk to people, you see this in Silicon Valley all the time, you talk to people who are expert computer users, they are so bloody powerful, it is just beyond belief. So, and that's going to do nothing but expand, right? Because Moore's law is not dead, and computers are doubling in power every 18 months, and who the hell knows where that's going to go.
I think going to college is, entirely optional. I mean, it's if you've got a good idea, I'd say drop out and try it out. You can always go back to college.
It's always there.
Yeah.
It's always.
When you became a billionaire, at what point did you start relaxing? Were you still nervous when you became a billionaire? Like, I got to watch this?
Well, I always wanted to have enough money in the bank so that even if our customers didn't pay us for a year, we could still keep paying everybody and do the R&D. I don't have that many things that are extravagant tastes, so didn't change too much.
So nothing really changed. So you didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to buy a Porsche."
I did.
Okay, all right, yeah, you did. All right.
Yeah, that was an indulgence.
So you have a Porsche and a plane, and that's it.
Well, in terms of crazy things, yeah.
Yeah. There's not like any wild, you didn't build like an aquarium with sharks in it or something like that.
We have a trampoline room in our house.
Oh, wow.
The kids like that. Indoor trampoline. I recommend it.
Just one giant trampoline?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a room with a very high ceiling.
Well, yeah, I hope. Yeah. That would be cruel if you didn't put a high ceiling in there. Just go on, kids.
What advice do you have for a young man in his 20s?
Make a plan. Look at what you're interested in. Get disciplined about something. Allow for the possibility that you have something important to contribute to the world, and that the world would be a lesser place without that contribution. Don't be afraid of taking on responsibility. It's where you find what sustains you in your life. A lot of the things that people regard as traps are actually the means to their life. Often young people are afraid of commitment because they feel that that's going to interfere with their pursuit of something more valuable, but that's just not the case. You're not going to find something more valuable in your life than a committed relationship with someone that you love, that sustains itself across time, and that in all likelihood produces children. That's life. There may be people for whom avoiding that is the better route, but those people are very rare, and you need a real reason to assume that you're one of those people.
Said something about Junior, just between us, no one's listening. Does he have what it takes to reach the top?
Not yet. I'm hard with him sometimes because he drink Coca-Cola and Fanta sometimes, and even my small kids, when they eat chocolate, they always look to me, and I tell him every time, this is take a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. Sometimes when he's in home and I say go to the treadmill to run a little bit, after the treadmill I say go to the cold water to recover for what you do tomorrow again, and it's, oh, Daddy, it's so cold, the water, I don't want to do it. But I understand he's only 10 years old. Depend on him. I'm not gonna push nothing for him to be a football player. If you ask me if I want, yes, I want. But he's gonna be whatever he wants. Even or doctor, or I want him to thinking, you have to be the best.
There have to be reasons that you get up in the morning and you want to live. Like, why do you want to live? What's the point? What inspires you? What do you love about the future? And if we're not out there, if the future does not include being out there among the stars and being a multi-planet species, I find that it's incredibly depressing if that's not the future that we're going to have. I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. That is not the... I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad.
But you can't have a standard education and expect to have an extraordinary life. It's not going to happen. The one breakthrough for all leaders is constant, never-ending improvement. And that means educating yourself and continuing to develop even greater emotional mastery, because that's what affects whether you execute or not. The opportunity for self-education is there. We have to change our psychology from, I'm going to do what everybody else does, and I'm mad because it doesn't work anymore, to the reality is this is the greatest time to be alive if you're growing, you're learning, you're educating, and you're developing valuable skills. It's like, if you go to work for McDonald's, I don't know, I think the average I read recently is $7.75 an hour in the United States working for McDonald's. The skill sets, the value you provide can be taught to anyone in about 20 minutes. Instead of complaining, you gotta say, where are the skill sets valued in the marketplace? And how do I work harder on myself than anything else? Because if I become more valuable, then I will be able to give more, do more, and change more.
Therapy saved my life. Like, if I didn't have someone to talk to about stuff, I don't know where I'd be. And I'm sensitive. I'm a really sensitive dude. So when someone says something mean, it affects me really deeply. I'm not like stoned. Men need to discuss their feelings. Absolutely. They need to like open up, because or else you're gonna do something crazy. And like, to me, it's not like I was gonna do something crazy, but therapy, it shifted something in my life. It freed me to go like, I'm me, and I'm gonna tell you who I am.
For the most part, I don't live in a space of I can't. I live in this space of I feel confident that if I put in my 10,000 hours, that I can achieve anything.
All the youngsters in here who are spending a disproportionate amount of time to justify blockchain or crypto, I want to remind you that there was a time when the internet itself was a fad. Old people laughed at the idea that people would buy wine on the internet, and multiple people on the panel that I was on said that by the year 2000, the internet would not exist. If you spent as much energy that you spend on debating whether crypto or blockchain are going to succeed, and actually became a practitioner, you would be much further along.
Try to live your life in a way that you will not regret years of useless virtue and inertia and timidity. Take up the battle. Take it up. It's yours. This is your life. This is your world. You make your own choices. You can decide life isn't worth living. And that would be the worst thing you can do. How do you know? So far. Try it. See. So pick it up. Pick up the battle and make it a better world. Just where you are. Yes, and it can be better, and it must be better, but it is up to us.
I've been blessed to make hundreds of millions of dollars in my life. I can't take it with me and leave it to you. So it's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. And we all have different gifts. Some money, some love, some patience. Use it, share it. That's what counts. Not what you drive, not what kind of house you bought your mama, but buy your mama a house.